Welcome to this week's Isle of Wight Visits. In today's episode we wander into the enchanting village of Bonchurch, a place known for its quiet magic, hidden pathways and timeless charm. Nestled on the southeastern coast just below Ventnor, Bonchurch feels almost secret, tucked between ancient woodland and the shimmering blue of the English Channel. Its history stretches all the way back to the Domesday Book, and over the years it became a peaceful retreat for writers, poets and artists drawn to its beauty and calm. With its blend of deep history, natural wonder, and a gentle, almost otherworldly atmosphere, Bonchurch is a place that invites you to slow down, explore, and fall under its spell. As you make your way down the twists and turns of Shore Road, you'll stumble across a carved date in a stone wall. This marks when this section of wall was laid. It's a little piece of village history set in stone, a reminder of the craftsmanship and care that went into building these streets more than 140 years ago. As we descend down to Monk's Bay, this takes its name from the tradition that monks from Normandy once landed here, bringing early Christianity to the area. The bay is also historically significant due to the Battle of Bonchurch, which took place in July 1545. During this time, the French forces landed here as part of an attempted invasion of the Isle of Wight. Local militia confronted them, and the French were eventually forced to retreat. As you reach the bottom of Monk's Bay, there's a little pottery shop, which is a perfect place for a gift if you're coming to the Isle of Wight. You can go up the stairs and you can find the 11th century church. Dogs are also welcome at this beach. It looks very much abandoned. I'd live there. I wouldn't want to park there on a very frosty, wintry day. Beautiful views though. This is the old St Boniface Church. It dates back to the 11th century, making it almost 1,000 years old. It is one of the oldest churches here on the Isle of Wight, built during the Norman period. The church is small and simple, typical of early Norman design, with a single nave and modest chancel. This yew tree is said to be several hundred years old. This is Winterbourne House. In the summer of 1849, Charles Dickens and his family rented Winterbourne House in Bonchurch and stayed for about 3 months. While living here, he wrote several chapters of David Copperfield. He described Bonchurch as the prettiest place he's ever seen in his life. This is East Dean House. It's an early 19th century villa and childhood home of poet Algernon Charles Swinburne. Here you will find Bonchurch's new church, officially St Boniface Parish Church. It is a graceful Victorian landmark built between 1847 and 1848. Though called new, it has stood for more than 175 years, rising quietly above the village on the chute. Designed in the elegant Gothic revival style, it was created to serve the growing 19th century community as the ancient old church became too small. Its stone walls, pointed arches and peaceful setting gives it a gentle, almost timeless atmosphere, blending history and tranquility in a way that feels uniquely Bonchurch. Stone towers rise in gentle grace, a quiet charm fills all the space. Victorian arches, calm and true, the new church watching over you. Through drifting years its silence stays, a peaceful heart on Bonchurch ways. Here beside the church you will find an enchanting track. Follow this and you will lead up to the top of the hill. Here at the top of the hill you will discover 2 plaques, one for Joanne Wolfenden and one for Henry de Vere Stackpole. Joanne is famous for creating Peacock Vane in Bonchurch, one of the Isle of Wight's earliest and most influential country house hotels and restaurants, and for her work as a writer, illustrator and gardener. Henry de Vere Stackpole is famous as the author of The Blue Lagoon and for his deep connection to Bonchurch, where he lived for decades and gifted the village pond in memory of his wife, leaving a lasting mark on the village of Bonchurch. If you love wandering through charming little villages wrapped in history, beauty and a touch of quiet magic, then Bonchurch is a place you simply must visit. Its peaceful paths, timeless atmosphere and gentle coastal charm makes it feel like a world of its own. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Come along next time as we explore even more hidden gems and beautiful places across the Isle of Wight.